As the NBA Finals matchup between the Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers approaches, the Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks are left to analyze what went wrong in their respective conference finals exits. The series between the Pacers and Knicks offered dramatic theater, while the Thunder-Timberwolves matchup left little to the imagination as Oklahoma City breezed through Minnesota with ease. But despite the difference in competitiveness, both teams face a crucial offseason as they look ahead to next season, with important lessons to be learned from their playoff shortcomings. New York Knicks, the Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns duo, a problem in the playoffs? The New York Knicks came into the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers brimming with optimism. With new faces like Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns, the Knicks had reshaped their roster with high hopes for deep postseason success. After a 51-win season and a top 3 seed, the Knicks had the momentum, having knocked out the defending champions. But what transpired in the series against Indiana was a painful reality check. While the Knicks' regular season success was impressive, their postseason exit exposed some underlying flaws, particularly in the pairing of Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. The Knicks entered the playoffs with high expectations for this dynamic duo, yet the reality was far less rosy. Brunson and Towns, while both stellar offensive talents, struggled to coexist in the pressure cooker of the playoffs. It wasn't the scoring, it was their glaring defensive deficiencies that exposed them. Brunson, at 6 feet 1 inch, lacks the size to effectively guard bigger players, and Towns, while a skilled defender at times, often gets lost in rotations, leaving the team vulnerable. The theory was that their offensive firepower would offset these issues, but that didn't hold true in the postseason. During the regular season, the Knicks had success with both on the floor, posting a solid net rating of plus 4.9 in over 1,400 minutes. However, come playoff time, the numbers told a different story. Lineups with both on the floor were outscored by 16 points in the series against the Pacers, with a minus 6.9 net rating. Simply put, when the stakes were raised, this pairing wasn't working. In contrast, the Knicks found success when separating the two. Lineups with Brunson but without Towns posted an impressive net rating of plus 3.49, while lineups centered around Towns with Brunson off the floor boasted a plus 9.71 rating. The numbers suggested that the Knicks' best chance for success lay in staggering their minutes or finding a way to mitigate their defensive issues when playing together. The series against OKC was a one-sided affair. The Thunder dominated in almost every facet of the game, and the Timberwolves never truly found a rhythm. Despite a strong showing in the opening game, the Wolves were outclassed for the remainder of the series, losing in a blowout in Game 5. For Minnesota, the series wasn't as much about what they did wrong, but more about the sheer brilliance of the Thunder. However, it did expose a major weakness that could haunt the team moving forward: Julius Randle's inconsistency. Randle had been a revelation in the earlier rounds, averaging 22.6 points per game on 52.9% shooting against the Lakers and 25.2 points per game against the Warriors. He was exactly what the Timberwolves had hoped for: a physical forward who could score in a variety of ways. But in the conference finals, Randle disappeared. The Thunder's defense shut him down, limiting him to under 10 points in 2 of the 5 games. His struggles were evident as he seemed to lose confidence and was unable to impose his will on the game. Randle's playoff performance was a microcosm of his career. Flashes of brilliance mixed with stretches of utter ineffectiveness. This creates a significant problem for the Timberwolves. Is Randle a reliable second option? Can he consistently deliver when the team needs him most? It's a question that will weigh heavily on the minds of the Minnesota front office this offseason. The Wolves may have gotten a glimpse of what they could be with a more consistent Randle, but after this playoff disaster, it's unclear whether he is the piece that puts them over the top. Looking ahead. For both the Knicks and the Timberwolves, the road ahead is one of self-reflection and tough decisions. The Knicks will need to address the complexities of their star pairing and find a way to get the most out of Brunson and Towns in future playoff battles. For the Timberwolves, the question surrounding Randle's future looms large. Both teams have talent, but as the postseason showed, talent alone won't get them to the promised land. What happens next will define the trajectory of each franchise moving forward.